Hey everybody, and welcome back to my TikTok. I just want to say thank you all for continuing to rock with me and stay updated on my Martian news series. I really appreciate all the love. With that being said, I created my own digital newsletter giving you guys information on all of the topics that we discuss here. So I created my newsletter for people that love mystery, ancient news, and art. Each one of my newsletters are handcrafted like the journey that we're taking together. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, you guys can head over to my Etsy, or the link will be in the comment section. And don't worry, you guys, my newsletters are instantly accessible. As soon as you go to my Etsy website, you can just hit the download button. Okay, so let's get into it. So remember how I said I was reading Abraham's writings, and it spoke about who and what creatures will be running society today. And that's all cool and all, but I wanted to dig deeper into Abraham's life and who he was as a person and what he was going through. Because we can't forget it's the little nuances in someone's life that shapes their future and where they're going to go. Long story short, Abraham dropped some tea in these writings. It talks about Abraham's father, Terah. Now, when I went into Abraham, I said, who is Terah? Who is he as a man? Because there's a funny story in here of Abraham sharing with us that how he would sell his father's idols and how carrying them, one of the heads fell off and he just started laughing and he threw it into the river. And then when he found out that it broke, he made another one using his blacksmithing skills. So it made me ask the question, where did Abraham's father learn blacksmithing? In my mind, how the hell you just gonna make another damn statue like that? Then I remember reading in another book how Tubal-Cain, who came from Lamech, was the first blacksmith. Now, why is that important? Remember, Lamech comes from the line of Cain, and we all remember the story of Cain and Abel. And remember, Cain was the first unaliver on this planet. Now remember, he has that parasite that I spoke about in my other video. So Lamech had the same so-called parasite in him because Lamech also became an unaliver as well. And he started the trend of having multiple wives. I'm explaining this to you guys because I'm trying to make a reference how there's some type of connection with Abraham's father, Terah, and maybe Lamech's line. Because where else did he learn blacksmithing? Now, going back to Abraham's writings, here are some of the gods that his father was praising every day. If you look at the screen above, the first paragraph, it says, I found the god whose name was Merrimath, which was hewn out of stone, fallen forward at the feet of the iron god Nahon. Now, you know I got something juicy for you. Hold tight. Here is an actual factual photo of Abraham's father Terah's idols in his store. Not only that, but Merrimath is actually Mercury. And here is a photo of that. Now, according to Terah, he said Mercury was supposed to help him get financial gain and things of that nature. Now, hold up. Here is what blew my damn mind. Y'all, did y'all know that the iron god of Nahon was actually this character right here? Now, how many of you know this character? And how many of you love this movie Iron Man? Because I know I really love the movie Iron Man, and whole time we over here worshiping an iron god, Nahon. Do you guys see why I break down my videos the way I do? Because there are nuances in this information that we must explore. Now, fast forward. Abraham ended up destroying his father's idols in the store, and his father actually reported him to Nimrod. Now, why is this important? This is important because Abraham's father was not just some father. Oh, no. He was Nimrod's general. That's right. He was a military general under Nimrod. Okay, the powerful ruler of ancient Mesopotamia. And remember, Nimrod professed to be a what? God. And guess what else, you guys? Nimrod was a Cushite. He came from a descendant of Ham. And remember my last video, I told you guys Ham had the cursed line after the flood. So what we have here is Abraham's father, Terach, working under a Cushite or a Canaanite, which all are the same because they're descendants of Ham. Remember the cursed line. Now, who are the Cushites? The Cushites will be our modern day Somalians. And isn't it a coincidence how they're being exposed at this moment? Now, with that being said, remember how I spoke about how Black Americans here have an issue with so-called Africans. Could it be because they come from a cursed line of Ham? And when you come from that line, so far my readings, you praise and worship other gods. You do things that don't follow the Father. Moving forward, when Abraham's father, Terach, snitched on Abraham for breaking his idols, Abraham was summoned to court. I have the actual court transcripts of what happened in that courtroom with Abraham. And if you guys want me to read that in a live, put it in the comment section. But as you can see above, Abraham was found guilty. And he was sentenced to burn in the furnace. Here's the thing. I don't know the timeline of this incident. This could have happened right after Abraham went to the mountain and was taught directly from the Most High, which is why he came out alive after the burning furnace. But hold up, it gets crazy. After Abraham comes out the furnace alive, everybody is astonished, of course. Now, Abraham had a brother named Haran, who also had 2 children, Lot and Sarah. Now, because Haran was on that iffy shit, Nimrod put his ass in the furnace and he actually burnt up and died. But this is also conflicting because I have a passage here and it speaks about how Abraham's father and brother burnt up in the house and Abraham was saved. But either way, I'm getting the gist that Abraham's father and brother burnt to death. Now, after their deaths, this causes Abraham to travel away. Abraham left his home and went to go see after his nephew Lot because his nephew Lot's father was Abraham's brother Haran. And Haran also had a daughter named who? Sarah. Now, for my readings, Haran and Abraham had different mothers, which is why I believe Abraham married Sarah. Because I found some information on Sarah that's going to blow y'all lids. Sarah was anointed at birth. Sarah was that girl, okay? When Abraham got with her, she totally upgraded him spiritually. Abraham and Sarah was basically like the ancient J and B back in those times, but spiritually. Okay, Sarah had a full devoted following of the word. That's what she did. She kind of reminds me of Mary Magdalene. She helped Abraham spread the word, and she taught and influenced everyone around her. This is also one of my newsletters, and if you guys want to cop this, head over to my Etsy. You guys, this family lineage is deep, okay? And I want to dig deeper into the wives. Because it's not a coincidence how none of these writings really speak about the wives who are the first teachers to these children, to these great prophets that we know today. They got some tea in there. They hiding something. But that's the breakdown for tonight, you guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like and a share to make sure we stay in the algorithm. Don't forget to leave your fabulous comments in the comment section so we can have a dialogue and open discussion about all of these things that we discuss. That's all, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.